Hello students, in this sessions we are going to learn about the major tools and techniques that will make your project management so much easier than before. Both project management tools and techniques go hand in hand, so it's important to have in-depth knowledge of both. So the main objective to provide a detailed study of the various kind of the tools and technique used on a software project. So the topic we are going to cover in this session. So the first we are going to see what is tools and technique management for software project, and then what characteristics of tools are required for the software project. So and finally, the how is tool selection done. Let's begin the topic. So let's take a look at the technology management first. Um, the project management is all about using the right tools and techniques. So having these two things in order to help you to manage your projects easily and effectively. So it has been found in many survey that using this right project management tools and technique can increase your overall performance and productivity. So there are various kind of tools and technique used on software projects. So this can be categorized based on for the purpose they use. So for example, the MS project earn value management, so they're used for the software project and test software project management, and test automation tools are used for the test management. So the tools and techniques can be used for the project management and software engineering and people management. So that how this tool selections done. So the tool and technique selections that require careful consideration for the environment in which they will be operate, and compatibility with existing tools, and cost integration, data integrations with other existing tools, and scale of operations for which their specific tools will be used. And now let's see what are the benefits of the tools on project. There are a lot of benefits for using the tools. So during the software project, so first one is that increase the productivity. So the project management tools can help boost the productivity of business by providing assistance to the business process in different sectors of the firm. So it can help the budget management and report generation, time management, task management, staff management, and business partnership, and the communication management. So that definitely the productivity will go high if you use the good tools. Good tools have been used in the project. So if you're writing the source code in a good ID tool, that will improve the productivity. So if the tools itself that provided with a smart debugging facility, so that can provide the detailed information about why and where his code failing, and he can quickly fix the problem. So this will save a lot of times in debugging, and then increase the productivity. The next one is increase the quality. The most of the organization that use the quality tools for various purposes related to controlling and assuring the quality. The tools that help you to address a different concern in organization. So therefore, the use of such should be basic practices in organization, and in order to enhance efficiency and increase the quality. So definitely the good tools that allow you to better quality. For example, in integrated development environment, so you have a tool like intelligence. So what it does, if you make a spelling mistake or any error, so this intelligence will raise the error, and also it will say what is the right word. So the intelligence that help to remove the defects or avoid the defects, so it will increase the quality. So next one is a fast delivery. If the productivity is go high, so definitely the delivery will be faster, so when you are using a good tools. So next one is doing manually a impossible task. So many tasks if you do manually is impossible. For example, if you are creating a project plan and making the schedule for the large project, so there could be many project tasks, and there are many of them that depends on other tasks. For there could be a start date and end date. So if you're creating the schedules manually, there will be a scheduling conflict among the tasks. So if you use a good tools like MS project, so you can avoid those kind of issues. So scheduling conflict can be avoided by using the automated tools. So next one is next we are going to see the tool selection criteria for the project. So there are some criteria. For project managers may need to select the tools and buy tools from the vendor. So there should be some criteria that include. So the first one is environment compatibility. So environment compatibility, in which environment the project teams will be working, and if any tools can be integrated in that environment or not. So that is very important criteria. So if the tool that cannot be integrated in that environment, so then the tool is useless for the team. So next one is the cost of ownership. So if the tool is very costly, then the project manager have to find out another tool. It should be costless. So next one is integration with other tools. In this criteria, so the integration is very important because you need to have a data. So it helps to work with integrated environments, and also it's used to save the time. So because you don't need to copy from one tool to another tool. So when you decide to buy a tool, so remember your existing configurations and find out if the tools can be integrated with your existing tools. So if the new tools cannot be integrated, so it is very difficult to integrate. It is the existing tool, so it's simply worth it. Simply it's not worth it. So next one is existing tools on the tool, existing skill on the tool. So the project team members may have experience on working on this tool, so on the previous project. So if you're buying a new tool, so for the project, so if nobody has knowledge about this tool, so they need to learn about this the new tool, so it will take time. So the project teams members may not be able to use this new tool effectively and efficiently. So it's better to buy a tools on which the project members are very comfortable and have experience in working with. So next one is a tool obsolescence. So the software project run for a long time. So and suppose if the tools are obsolete and the vendors no longer support for the tool, so the project teams will have a problem. So always check with the tools, the vendors, and how they provide support for their discontinued product. And some vendors that provide the support for their obsolete products for a long time. So some they may not give. So if you're going to buy a tool, so make sure that it's mature and it is not at the stage in its life. And next one is scale of operation. Some tool work they are designed to work on the small scale project, so they may support only a few number of people. So but suppose you have a large project, so the many number of people are working, so then the tool you select should be a support for all the people. For example, suppose you have a database, or you bought from a software vendor, and this database support only 10 concurrent users, but your team has 25 developers. So that means sometimes these developers will be using a database, and the database is a central repository for during the development. So if the 25 members are using the same database at the same time, so there will be a problem. So the people may not be able to use the database at the same time. So the scale of operations also very important when you are selecting the tool. So when you invest the tools, ensure that it can support your teams even if the team size grows. So next one, we are going to see the cost factors for this the cost factors for the tools on a project. The tool cost components that depends that includes, so the cost, the server license fees. So the first one is server license fees. The cost for the tools, it's not only the cost for the tools, it's also the license. So the more cost that involves the license fees. So how many people will be using, if there are many people, you need to buy a more license. For example, you if you have 25 people are using the tool, so you need to buy 25 license. Next one is the implementation cost. If some tools are very large, so that need to be implemented, there could be a implementation cost. So if high implementation cost, that tool may not be beneficial. So you need to find out some other tools so which have the lesser implementation cost. So next one is per seat license fees. So when a vendor's licenses or tools, they will charge per seats license fee. So if the seats license fees is high, so it will be very costly to use this tool. So the project managers just find out and the alternative to select per seats license is lesser. So next one is a training cost. If you purchase a new tool, so the people, they are not adapted with this tool, so the team has to learn, and they need some training to use that tool. So how much cost that involved in the training. So if high cost training, so the project manager have to find some better alternative to less training cost. So next one is a time recorders learning tool. Some tools may have very steep learning cycle, so they may take a lot of time. So that the tool that easy to learn and faster to learn, so that is a better tool for the project team. So next one is a compatibility and integration aspect of tools on project. Here's some criteria. The tools, the integrations is important, so there is an assure accuracy. So the data has been generated by the tools must be accurate, and sometimes the data may not be accurate because some tools are not efficient. So we need to ensure that the data generated by the tools is accurate. So next one, increase in the productivity. So you need to see the productivity of the teams will be in the tools so after the implementing. So the instant status information. So some tools may suggest that it take time to providing the status. So developer have to wait for the status. So if the tools that provide the instant status information, so it will be better. So next one is instant decision enablement. So some tools that provide the good decision making information for the project managers, so some tools that may not have. So if the tool that provide the instant information, so it will easy to take the decision. So these all about this introductions of technology management. So next session we will see the actual tools and for the project management. Thank you.